second and say thank you to everyone who watched our first 5 things video. This seems to be kind of a popular format. Either this is what YouTube is picking up and showing everybody, or this is really the kind of video everyone's searching out for. So we thought we'd go ahead and make a second 5 things video. This one's going to be 5 things that are either breed specific or, in some cases just tier specific. These are things that I've noticed that he does, that if you end up getting an Ovcharka, more than likely you'll notice in your dog as well. Again, these are all just possibilities. Every dog is unique, and your experience may vary. But let's go ahead and jump into this list. The first thing on the list is that these dogs tend to do the majority of their bonding with people that are going to be in their lives in the first year of their life. At a year old, hormones change, and the dog becomes a little more closed off. Again, this is not saying that the dog is aggressive, but it is going to kind of get to that point where he's not going to like new people that he meets unless you take proper steps to introduce him to new people. So anybody that is going to be around the dog on a regular basis, you really want to get them in and let them meet the dog several times within that first year of life. My parents, they come down about once a week. They used to come down to see me, now they come down to see the dog. The second thing is that these dogs are going to be protective really early on in life. You always see them doing protective behaviors. If they hear a strange noise or something like that, of course they're going to bark. That's a typical dog response. But their body posture and body positioning is going to show you that these dogs have it just in their DNA from the word go to be protective. Anytime Tyr hears something after he barks or after he kind of points his body towards whatever it is that he is trying to investigate, he will eventually set down between my legs or between my wife's legs, whichever one of us is closer to whatever he perceives to be suspicious. And that kind of leads into the number 2 part B is that there's always options between crate training. People always talk about you should crate train your dogs. We opted to, instead of crate training Tyr, to place train Tyr. Basically that means that instead of having him locked in a crate at night, he is in a place at night. He knows that this is the area he's allowed to be in. This is where he's supposed to be. I really noticed that very early on he hated crates more so than most dogs hate being in a crate whenever they're being crate trained. It was almost like it was just uncomfortable to him on a mental level. Like he thought that this was a wrong thing for him to be involved in. And I got to thinking about that, and I thought, well, this dog has got protection bred into him for hundreds or thousands of years. These are the dogs they used to guard prisons. These are the dogs that you saw on top of the Berlin Wall. These dogs are protective guard dogs. And if you lock a protective guard dog in a cage, it can't really do its job. So Tyr did 100 times better once we stopped trying to lock him in a crate at night and basically kept with the same location. The crate is exactly where his place is. We just removed the cage part, and he stays on his place all night long. Now this is definitely something that's going to be number 3. This is definitely something that's more Tyr specific than it is specific to the breed, but Tyr has developed a wonderful little habit of being of peaceful resistance. Instead of barking or getting angry or trying to snip or do something like that whenever he doesn't want to do something that we tell him to do, either get on this or get off of this or go here or go there, he just becomes dead weight and just plops down. It's actually kind of cute to watch him do it, but these dogs, since they do attach themselves to you at a very early age, they're not ever going to try to hurt their owner. There would be no reason to protect you from yourself. But as far as if they're trying to tell you no, with him, it's just him plopping down. He just sits there flat, goes completely dead body weight, and that's how we kind of know that he is telling us he really doesn't want to do something. Doesn't mean he doesn't have to do it, that's our way of knowing that he is not really into whatever it is that we're doing. Number 4, these dogs develop routines. Now, of course, you're going to want to develop routines for the Ovcharka, but these dogs will somewhat develop routines on their own. We noticed with Tyr, he has created his own end of the night routine. And it was more or less accidental because it was something my wife and I had been doing. But when we switched the order around, he just didn't really go for it until we switched back to how we originally did things. Usually I take Tear out in the middle of the night, and my wife takes him out right before bed. Well, she had been a little tired, so she went to bed early, and I went up there and I took him out to use the restroom right before I took him up to the bedroom. Well, to him, that wasn't bedtime because my wife had not yet taken him out to go to the bathroom. So he just sat there, even though he had already gone to the bathroom, he sat there on the bed and just kind of whined to my wife until she finally got up, took him outside. He went out there, he tried to pee a little bit extra, and then came right back in, laid down in his place, and went to sleep. You know, no problem right there. And the fifth thing, and this is more of just a suggestion, if you ever do get one of these dogs, you're going to have to think about if you're ever not here. You know, if you have to go on a trip for business, or if you're going on vacation and for some reason they won't let you bring a 200-pound dog, which is probably a lot of places, you're really going to need to foster a special relationship with somebody and the dog so that they can interact with him when you're not here, almost like a second owner. In my wife and I's case, it would definitely be my parents or her parents, just because they see the dog so often, and the dog is actually comfortable with them even when we're not home. We've done little experiments where we'll go down to the end of the road and leave Tear inside the house, and then Tear will come to the door and meet my parents while we're not here, and is just completely happy to see him. He's very used to them coming in and feeding him. Speaking of Tear, pretty, Tear, pretty, here, all right, sit. Good boy. Come here. I want to pick you up and show you to everybody again, okay? Oh, come here, big guy. Oh, and here is a 4-month-old Tear puppy. Anyways, well, guys, that is pretty much it for us. If you all would take time to please visit our Patreon page, it is patreon.com/Tear the Ovcharka. We would really appreciate your support. My goal one day is to develop an Ovcharka rescue, which would be something I would love to be able to do. And the only way I'll be able to do that was with your support on Patreon. If y'all ever have any questions you want to know about the Ovcharka, please message me here on YouTube or on Tear's email at teartheovcharka@gmail.com. On Facebook, Instagram, trust me, we're out there. You can find us. Be more than happy to answer your questions. You guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and you all have a great day. Bye. Say bye.